Joining us now is our brilliant panel, Associate Editor at The Australian, Jenna Clarke, and Media Writer for The Australian, Sophie Ellsworth. Ladies, welcome as always. Soph, we understand Meghan and Harry have had a short break in Portugal after the Invictus Games. What's the story?
Well, they have, Caroline. They've shot over there for several days of I guess you could possibly say a well-earned break, but obviously there's always a lot of fanfare when they go on holidays. Look, I'm not going to begrudge them for taking a holiday. They're well within their rights to do that. But look, they seem to be clocking up the kilometres on the aeroplane, so I'm not quite sure, Caroline, how that fits in with their climate agenda that they continue to push onto all of us.
That's probably not a convenient time to discuss this, though. They don't want people talking about that, Soph. But, Jenna, everyone's entitled to a holiday, aren't they? Including royals and our pollies, who also seem to get in trouble when they go on holiday. Do you think people get a little too obsessed about these things?
Look, I think we do, Caro, but also I don't understand what Harry and Megs are having a holiday from, because don't forget they're not working royals anymore, and when they're not attending the opening of envelopes for, charitable donations of more than $1,000, probably because it's tax deductible, I have actually no idea what they do.
No, you're not an orphan there, Jenna. But staying with you, it's also been reported this week that Kate isn't going to accompany William to the Earthshot Awards, so she can stay at home with the kids. The commentary, it's gone into meltdown. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, it is odd, and I think it just goes to show this is another way where the Prince and Princess of Wales have decided to really move the royal family into modern times, where I guess back in the day we saw, before their divorce, the former Prince and Princess of Wales would do everything together, but now, William's gone over to talk about the climate, so, there's only one person there, whereas Kate's just staying home and focusing on events that really mean a lot to her, whether it be children, education, early childhood and things like that. And I think it's wonderful, they're joint CEOs of the Waleses now. So it is interesting to see that they've decided to move it into the next frontier, and a lot of people are outraged because they probably don't get to see Kate in a pretty dress, whereas she's actually just putting in the hard yards and doing a job.
And so if Kate went everywhere with William, there'd be criticism that she didn't spend enough time with her kids. Isn't it for them to find the right balance for their family?
Oh, Caroline, look, I think it's good that she's actually doing what's very important to her, and that is spending time with her children, making sure they go to school and helping them in any way she can. Look, she's very hard to criticise, Caroline. Like, she seems to never put a foot wrong. I like the fact that she's decided to put her family first in this instance. She doesn't need to go everywhere with William, and I think that's again why she just ticks another box with the public. Like, she shows her very authentic side, and that she does want to be a mother as well. She's not just going around to events and flying around the world. She's actually staying at home with her children and helping raise them.
Jenna, moving on, you're the queen of all things pop culture here at Sky News Australia. Meghan Markle's former Suits co-star Patrick J. Adams has published some rather cryptic social media posts this week referring to the Duchess. They were then deleted. What were they, and what's all the fuss?
It is really interesting. Now, Patrick J. Adams, it was very close to Meghan Markle on the set, and also don't forget he was one of the biggest, talking heads when the Prince and Princess decided to talk out about their relationship all those years ago. He did publish something. It was like a throwback to when they were on the set, which got the social media turbines into overdrive. That potentially she was coming back onto Suits, and I love the fact that he deleted them and then put up this grovelling apology, which was sort of in the guise of apologising to the fact that he posted this in the midst of that actors and writers strike in Hollywood. Whereas I think if you read between the lines and put my pop cultural monocle on, I think the clapback was probably coming from the Sussex's PR firm to say maybe take that down, because if we're going to announce if we're coming back to Suits, it's going to be one Meghan Markle, not you, mate.
Yeah, that's entirely, well, that there is really rather plausible. But so maybe it was just nostalgia, or maybe it was part of something else to keep the Sussexes in the headlines.
Well, look, a lot of people who have known Meghan Markle over the years always try to insert themselves into stories because it obviously gains so much traction, Caroline. So this is probably just yet another example of that. But it's certainly got the rumour mill swirling in regards to Suits. But I'm with Jenna on this. I reckon there might have been some stern words coming from the Markle camp. What on earth are you doing posting this stuff? And it never looks great when you put stuff on social media and then quickly delete it and issue an apology. So something's gone on behind the scenes here for sure.
It definitely looks like you've done something wrong. Like, delete it and don't say anything, or just leave it there. And these sorts of stories, they wash over in 24 hours. It's just a bump. So, yeah, I agree with you, Soph. I think that sequence of events probably made it out to be more than what it actually was.